JCB3?
Sure.
We don't have anyone from districts 1 or 2, but we have 2 from district 3.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Joseph Casper III. I'm one of the candidates for City Council District 3. Just to give you some background on myself, I come by this shirt honestly. I'm a former board member of Redemptive Cycles as well as Daryl. In addition to other things that I've done, I'm the founder of I Believe in Birmingham. I have served on the Comprehensive Plan Steering Committee for the City of Birmingham when we redid the plan 10 years ago. So I'm intimately familiar with the things that we were talking about today about infrastructure in the city when it comes to biking and accessibility. Something that has been keenly on my radar for a long time. The kind of 2 main parts of my platform, if I had to divide everything into columns, is infrastructure and investing in our people. On the infrastructure side, as I'm sure you're well acquainted biking around this city, there's a few problems with our roads and sidewalks. We need a dedicated funding source. The Department of Transportation, I'm sure, has a wish list of, hey, if we could get, X millions of dollars a year as regular maintenance for our roads and sidewalks, that's what they would take. And we need to be able to find a way to earmark that funding and force it to happen. Because the way it is now, everything is done ad hoc. It's at the pleasure of whichever mayor is serving and if it's a priority for them. And I won't speak to any particular mayor and what they have and haven't done, but the only way to really force this to be addressed is to dedicate that funding. So that's definitely been a priority for me. Beyond that, I definitely want to see us working on building out complete streets. We need protected bike lanes. We need sidewalks going through all of our neighborhoods. There's too many neighborhoods in the city that the sidewalks are in terrible condition or they just don't exist. The city completed the sidewalk master plan a few years ago and really, in my view, has not followed through on that in a comprehensive way. So as a counselor, I would be a strong advocate for following through on that. Beyond that, I want to see us expand our transportation infrastructure. One of the reasons I asked about eliminating the parking minimum is that's just one of those ways that we can begin to incentivize people to begin thinking about becoming folks who do active transportation, who make that a part of their daily lives. I want to see us continue to build out the bus rapid transit system, assuming we can get it built in the first place. But we need to be looking at how all of these pieces fit together to create a more hospitable environment for people, and especially encourage folks to be active transportation, because at the end of the day, it's about encouraging personal health and concern for our environment around us. So on the other side of my platform, like I said, investment in people. We need to be making investments in people's education, not just providing more funding for our schooling to supply programs and hire more teachers, lower our student-to-teacher ratio so that there's smaller class sizes so teachers have more opportunity to spend time with students. We need to be investing in adult education, training folks on job skills, how to start a business, how to run a business, how to, vocational skills, trade skills. We're in the construction boom in Birmingham right now, and we need to build a lot more homes. As Chris was talking about, we need to be transforming land bank properties into personal holdings and getting folks to build homes on those things. Well, if we're going to be building a massive amount of homes, we're going to need more construction workers. Folks need to have the skills to be able to take advantage of that investment and make a better life for themselves. So that's just a little bit, and I don't want to drone on too long lest I be one of those people. But if you have any questions, I'm more than happy to answer them. All right. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah.
Talk about some of your, the work that you did that led you up to this point, specifically in 5 points.
So I Believe in Birmingham was founded in 2010. Our first big 2 issues that we worked on were fighting the Chick-fil-A development. Their original plan was to have a terrible suburban-style drive-through restaurant. The neighborhood was all up in arms about it, so I helped get everybody together and organized, and we successfully fought them off and got them to change their design. And so now, they repurposed the existing building by and large, built it out to the corner, made it, more a part of the neighborhood. I would have liked to have seen them going further, but I think we definitely made a change there. The other issue at the time was saving the firehouse down at 32nd and Claremont in Forest Park, the Highland area. They wanted to tear that down, and so we were able to persuade the developer to redevelop and repurpose that facility, and so Bo's Restaurant moved in there. And we also got them to change the design of the Walgreens that they were building to bring it out to the curb, make it more attractive, make it fit in a little bit better with the environment there. I was also the lead organizer of Rethink 2059, trying to persuade LDOT not to build that monstrosity back. Unfortunately unsuccessful. Daryl ended up running the nonprofit that was created. Daryl, blank on there. Move 2059. So what we were trying to do there is we were trying to get everybody to consider that, rebuilding in place like that was not a great asset. There was 24 or 26 acres of property that could have been reclaimed, that could have been redeveloped for homes and businesses, parks, and it could have been a better design if folks could have thought about it. So I am very focused on the future. Many of you know me, but those of you who don't, I'm a futurist. I'm concerned with what's going to happen to us in the future, and so that's one of the main reasons that I'm running, is to get folks to have their vision set on where we need to be and what's going to happen. Because if we don't have a plan for how automation is going to take a lot of jobs, how technology can help transform business and transform people's personal lives, then we're going to miss out on a lot of opportunities to grow as a city. I think you had a question.
Thank you. You touched on such great points. I would like to focus more on the transportation side of it.
Sure.
Yeah, I do come from a very large city. It's wonderful to see that Birmingham is interested in transportation, getting more people off car. I live in the suburban area right now, and I was a part of the commute. What do you guys have there?
Commute Smart?
Commute Smart?
Commute Smart.
Yeah.
I was wondering if there's any type of incentive that they would have to help promote you with your transportation efforts. With the baseball arena, I see a lot of people driving their cars and then they don't have any place to park.
Right.
I was wondering if there's any type of carpooling or massive transportation for.
Well, I would definitely want us to explore more of that. Many years ago, there was a missed opportunity that Birmingham had with the MAPS initiative. This was the late 90s. There was a big plan this was a metro-wide thing that was going to put a 1-cent tax, sales tax, I think it was, and half of it was going to go towards transportation initiatives, and the other half was going to be for developing some facilities like the Dome Stadium that they didn't end up building. MAPS was defeated, unfortunately, and so we didn't get that investment in transportation infrastructure that we really need. I would love to see us eventually build up towards light rail, but I think as a practical means of getting there, we need to be building out bus rapid transit, which I mentioned earlier. I would love to see us have a dedicated HOV bus rapid transit lane down the interstates to try to encourage folks. We need park and ride, and that's going to take a larger collaboration with the folks around us. As a councilor, it would be a priority of me to try to meet with other city councils of the region to try to get us to talk about, hey, we're in this together. We have 35 municipalities, I think, across the metro area, which is ridiculous. We need to be looking at ways that we can work together to share resources, to make co-investments on these things, and thinking about how we grow in the future. And so trying to encourage folks to do that, that would be definitely a priority for me. We need to have, if we're going to build those kinds of things, we should have bike racks on buses so that folks can bring them in and get down here, because I know the mountain is a big thing. One thing that just is a fun thing that I don't know if we can get it off the ground or not, but where is it? I want to say Stockholm. They have a bike escalator that takes folks up the hillside. There's this little pedal that comes out and runs along the ground, and so you lean on the pedal and just kind of get on your bike, and it scoots you up the mountain. I would love to see us have that going from here over to Homewood, and have the ability for folks to easily get back to work. So that's the kind of thing that I bring there, is that I want to have creative thinking about how we can solve some of these problems and encourage folks and put incentives in place for folks to participate in active transportation. So definitely a priority for me.
Right, I'd like to keep moving on if you don't mind.
Sure.
Thank you very much, Joseph.